Hey guys, thanks for coming. This is me. This is what I sound like. This is what I look like when I'm not on the spanners fixing bikes here at Flywheels Motorcycles. Yes, I know I need a shave. I get enough of that from my dad, but I probably could have done that before the video, but hey, it's 9 p.m. Can you hear that? No phones, no customers. It's brilliant. Doors are shut, the lights are still on, so I'm here. This is the time that I get to do a bit of paperwork, do some emails. Look, I don't usually do these kind of videos. Usually you see me on the spanners, but tonight, while I was cleaning up, there was a bit of a problem staring at me right in the face, and I thought I'd just address it. And why not just do it on camera? What could go wrong, right? I want you to know that this video has a point. I'm not working on a bike. But there is a very important process that we do here at Flywheels that not many other people do, and so I thought I'd share it. And it has to do with disposing of used oil filters. Exciting, right? Something that's often overlooked in our industry, never really addressed, and never really done properly. And for us, something that I like to take care of because I know how it's helping, and this video will prove what we're trying to do here. So the first thing that most people do is dump the oil, rip off the oil filter, sit it on that little drain post on the oil pan, wait for the oil to drain out, and once they're satisfied they grab it and hoik it into the garbage bin. Not right, not good. Tonight we're going to run a little experiment to show you exactly how much used engine oil is retained by these drained oil filters. So yeah, I saw this big mountain of used oil filters. Every couple of months we get a big pile, we collect them, and then we crush them, and then we recycle them. So I wanted to get a video of us. It's 9 p.m, everyone's gone home. I wanted to get a video of me extracting oil from these filters and crushing them on the press, collecting them all, and show you exactly what we end up with, because there is a result. Don't skip. By the end of this video it will be clear what the point is. I've got the cheap camera. I apologize, we're on the webcam at the moment, but I wanted to get my voice on the record so you know what I sound like, and I'm gonna go get the expensive camera now and we'll get it done properly. This is a tedious job, so I'm going to put some music on in the background. I've got my little coffee here. Yeah, this is the little cup. I'm going to put some gloves on because this is a dirty job. It is tedious. There's a lot of pumping, but don't worry, I'll speed it all up in editing so the video doesn't get too boring. Instead of me describing what's going to happen, I'll just walk you through it. I'll talk you through it, so it's not just footage of me standing in front of the press. You'll see what's going on, and I'll explain things along the way. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah, here we go. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. I'll run you through the process. So first of all, I'm going to count how many oil filters we have to work with so that we get some accurate figures at the end. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think you need to see me count all of them, so there's a fair bit to get through, but in the end I think we came to about 64. I think 64 was the number, so that'll give us a baseline so we know what we're dealing with. So this is the pan that collects the oil from the drain filters as they're being crushed. Just going to clean it out so we get a 0 to start working with. Clean down the bench so we're not too messy, and need to set up the press so that it's nice and ready to go. Oil in the middle, little hole there, made that mandrel, and this is what I got to work with. Fun. Yeah, it hurts just thinking about it. Okay, so here we go. You grab the lever. You pray to the filter crushing gods. Grab the filter, you insert it onto the bed, you lower the ram, and it begins. You just start pumping, and you pump. So basically we're just crushing these things to get the filter squashed so that we can see how much oil can actually come out. Now you got to remember, these filters have been drained, but already we're starting to see what they can hold. So that's the process. Basically, you put that crushed filter in a receptacle so we can collect them and count them, grab another one and keep pumping, and you can see that the oil is just dribbling out. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but spoiler alert, this stuff adds up, and I really think you'll be quite surprised by the end of it. So this is like a naked normal paper filter. I guess you could say it's what it looks like inside those black cartridge filters. So it's kind of an internal shot, I guess, and you can see how the oil is trapped by the cardboard paper, and it just squishes. So this is why we crush them, basically. This is, and then you can see it's kind of dry a bit on the inside. That's the whole reason that they actually retain oil, even though they've been sitting on the drain post for so long. So rinse and repeat. Grab another filter, start pressing, but there you go. We don't need to see me doing this the whole night. There's 60 bloody filters to get through, so let's speed her up. I think I start counting soon, so yeah, that's, you get a little puck by the end of it. It's still got some weight to it, and we will count that, so there you go. It's kind of satisfying to watch these things go down. Big shout out to Hydraulic Press Channel. They've got a big 150 ton press. Mine's just a little 12 ton. They crush some pretty crazy things on the Hydraulic Press Channel, but this is all I got. It seems to serve our purpose. My little 12 ton pressing bearings and shafts and bushes and seals. It just is something that I have, so I decided to use it to crush some filters, because not many people do. And the point is that they just end up in the bin in landfill. So I have a crush. We need to get as much oil out as we can, so let's just do it. And you can see the workout I'm getting. Who needs a gym? Who needs a gym when you can just crush filters all day? The triceps are getting a bit of a workout, I can tell you. It hurts just looking at it. But it's for a purpose, so I don't mind doing it when I got some spare time. They do add up pretty quickly. I'm only a small workshop, but every service that we do, we change the oil filter, so we get a fair few of them. As you can see, the collection there in the red bin, a little receptacle of the crushed pucks in the yellow bin, and yeah, they're starting to fill up on the right hand side there. So let's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17 so far, and what are we, 4 minutes in? Yeah, I wish. So this is the first collection that we've got. I needed to take a break and the yellow bin was full, so there you go. Nice, just dirty waste engine oil, and that gets recycled too, so let's not forget that. Surely by this stage you must be thinking there must be a better way, and of course there is. It's called an oil filter crusher, but it costs $6 on eBay, but hey, at least you get free shipping. So I can't afford that at the moment, and it's an expense that doesn't really pay for itself, so we're stuck with this. So this is me for the next hour or so, just pumping away, and with each filter you can see how much oil's coming out of it. So it's going to give us a chance to look around my workshop, let you guys see what we're working with. This is us. Yeah, this is what I have to do every couple of months just to do my bit. And so I think I sped it up a little bit, so we're almost at the halfway point, and by this time my arms are pretty much buggered. So that's my workshop, all the bikes there looking good, but I make my way over to the Flywheels Coffee Lounge, where customers get to sit, enjoy a delicious hot beverage, some cookies. Here's my automatic coffee mug, self-stirring. Just one sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is. A little bit of milk. Yeah, I'm pooped. I'm buggered. My arms are like jelly. I don't know if I'll be able to lift that coffee mug. It's just repetitive nonsense. So I really enjoy my my half-time break. Have a little sip, sit down, check some emails. It's just a welcomed break. And a little water cooler in the back and a 800 game arcade machine. Yeah, you go boy, you deserve it. God bless that bean. Tell you what. Alright, so take a break, sit down, check my messages, check my emails, enjoy that delicious hot beverage, and at this point we're just watching me check my emails, so let's get back to it. Yeah, big stretch, some emotional preparation. Just resign yourself to the fact that it's just got to get done. Get through it. It's all for YouTube. Don't worry about saving the planet. This is for your viewing pleasure. Alright, let's just speed it up, and the speeded up view helps you see exactly how much is coming out. Not every filter is as bad as the next one, but you can see. I get a bit silly. Let's do two at once. See how it looks. I hope you're not eating dinner. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely and delicious. Hungry. It's my little homemade mandrel to press these things I made in the lathe. And yeah, look at my arm going. It's just monotonous. So yeah, I think by this stage it's getting pretty late and I start to get silly with the camera angles, so we'll be able to get to see some more of the workshop and some more of the oil coming out. It's the second collection here. Again, doesn't look like much, but spoiler alert, this stuff adds up. So here we go. You can just see a Fireblade, Repsol Fireblade in the back. There's a burgundy Honda Fury that we put a big 22-inch wheel on. And yeah, just keep pumping away. There's a beautiful example of a 77 model, I think, Kawasaki Z900, one of my friends just bought. It's got some clutch issues we need to sort out. BMW frame hanging on the wall in the background, and my tired old race leathers hanging just in front of me there. The trick to this is just to keep changing arms so you don't get tired, but it's the only solution you got. The double pump, and yeah, the filters, we're slowly getting through them and slowly collecting the oil. Not going to tell you how big that pan is because that'll give some of it away, but yeah, you can see that they're starting to add up, and all of that is just metal that can be recycled. So here we go with the silly crazy camera angles. You can see how much oil's, look at that, just dribbling out. This is a drained oil filter that people just put in the bin. So yeah, all that oil goes in the bin, and the metal goes in the bin too. It's just not necessary. Why not collect the oil, collect the metal, recycle them both? Oh, I'm done. Hallelujah. And that's the last of it. There's still some in the red bin from the drained oil filters, but yeah, that's as much oil as I collected. And before I show you the result, it's like 11 PM, so I need to get some much needed sleep. I'm back. This is what I usually look like. You know, I had a half a night's sleep. Last night was an epic battle. So I woke up this morning and had a shave, had a shower, feel like $500,000. When your 3-year-old daughter says, "Daddy, you need a haircut," it's time to get a haircut. So today I'm going to review our findings and discuss the implications. We're going to talk some numbers. There's a lot to go through, but it's all very interesting stuff. So let's get to the big reveal. So now I can reveal that this was actually an 8-litre drain tub, and if I zoom in we can just see the 6-litre mark. So we have approximately 5.7 litres. This is no joke. That's the same as like a 4-litre bottle of oil, a 1-litre bottle of oil, and then we go to a 500ml bottle of oil and a 200ml bottle of oil. That's a lot of oil. But that's our big ticket item. So before we deal with the oil capacity that we've saved, let's talk about the actual oil filters and how much weight we can actually recycle from these things. Welcome to Fun with Filters with Professor Ron. So let's talk about how much these things weigh. I managed to weigh one of these things as they were new, and we got about 320 grams that was empty. Today we counted 64 oil filters. That's 20 kilograms of metal. That's as much as a border collie. And let's not forget that these are motorcycle filters, where car and truck filters are twice the size. So if I collect them all, I've got 20 kilograms of metal there. Take it out of the workshop and dump it in the metal recycling bin. Straight to the foundry. Job done. So now that we've seen how much weight we can save from collecting these things, let's have a look at how much capacity these so-called drained oil filters can still hold. So here we go. Now we get to discuss why we do this, and we're going to talk about exactly how much oil we found in 64 oil filters. We collected approximately 5.7 litres, so if we do the math, that means that each filter can contain 90 mils of oil. Now that might not seem like much, but now that we have a base figure of what these filters can actually hold, we need to get to the final episode of Fun with Filters, which will bring it all together. But before we do that, I need to explain, how does one correctly dispose of used engine oil? So, out the back of the workshop lives the Flywheel's waste oil sump. And this guy's 1,000 litres, so every couple of months a guy in a truck comes to suck it all dry, take it away to the refinery. There's all our waste oil that we collected in the experiment. Now the guy who collects our oil, we'll call him Jim, he services all of the automotive workshops in town. Now that's a lot of industry there, including the major dealerships. So Jim's an interesting character because customers come into the shop and say, how's business? And all I can tell them is the state of my business. But Jim, because he's going around collecting waste oil from every shop in Sydney, he has a keen insight into the state of the industry. So winter time, he comes in and he's grumpy. During summertime, he's all happy because he's always on the road collecting oil. So he tells me, he always gives me the lowdown on what's happening in the car and bike game. So he tells me that it's not uncommon in the busy period for some of the larger dealerships to be doing something like 1,000 litres a day. I thought that was a nice round number. You know, sometimes it's more. I think when they're really busy, it's more than that. During the winter, it's nowhere near that. But on the average, he's pretty confident to say that he's picking up 1,000 litres a day from one shop in Sydney. So I want you to keep that in mind as we move to our final chapter of Fun with Filters. Let's do it. Welcome to the final episode of Fun with Filters, where we tie it all together. We take the figures that we've collected and the advice that we've been given, and we put it all together. We know that each of our filters is 320 grams of weight and can hold 90 mils of oil. And if we take Jim at his word on that 1,000 litre mark, that's 200 services with 200 filters. So 200 filters at 320 grams is 64 kilos of metal, and 200 filters at 90 mils each is 18 litres daily. And considering the fact that motorcycle filters are half the size of car and truck filters, those numbers can be doubled in weight and capacity. I spoke to my Burson rep the other day. He's a salesman who does nothing but automotive workshop equipment, and he's been doing it for 20 years. I said, how many oil filter crushers have you sold? And he had to think about it, and he said, I know I've sold one, maybe two. And I wasn't shocked, I was a little bit surprised, because I figured some of these large dealerships surely must be able to afford one of these filter crushers and benefit from recycling waste oil and waste metal. I spoke to my Snap-on tool salesman the other day. Said, have you got a oil filter crusher? He said, a what? He said he didn't know what it was. I had to show him in his own catalogue what an oil filter crushing machine looks like. So he typed the part number into his computer and spat out $10,000. Not surprising from Snap-on, but I'm not prepared to invest that amount on something that just doesn't make anyone any money. There is no remuneration for this process, and that is why everyone just throws out used oil filters when they come off a vehicle. Look, we all charge an environmental levy every service that we do, but it's what, $4 or $5, and it doesn't really cover what it needs to. So I did this for two reasons: to show, not to shock and awe, but there is a purpose behind a little bit of an effort to make a big saving of a lot of waste oil and a lot of metal that can be recycled. And the second reason is hopefully I can drum up some money so I can buy myself an oil filter crusher so my arms don't burn out so quickly. So please consider, please forward this on, and look, I hope you enjoyed. I might do another video when Jim comes round to pick up the waste oil. We've also got some tyres that need recycling. The metal recycler guy, he's just an old Italian bloke that drives around in his van and picks up all this old used metal from workshops and takes it to the recycling yard and gets some cash for it. So there's not much of a story there, but I might do another video when Jim comes to empty my waste oil sump, which again just lives out the back. It's open to the public, anyone can use it. If you want to drain the oil on your vehicle, you're more than welcome to bring in the waste oil and dump it in our sump. There is a small fee for collection, but I think for 1,000 litres, depending on the price of oil, I think they just put it up to $50 for me to get rid of it responsibly. So I'm happy to pay that. Maybe the same regulations should apply to oil filters. Maybe some people would start recycling them, but the point of this video, again, for the small amount of filters that I did, we can extrapolate some bigger figures, and it's something that no one does really. No one has an oil filter crusher, and I'd like to have one. There's a link in the description. Click on it. So please consider. And thanks for watching. That's it for me.